Could getting 2 vital nutrients into your diet destroy nail and skin fungus almost overnight? Doctors are scrambling to understand why this insane combo is going viral. They can't explain it, but researchers agree on one thing. Once the 2 fungal nuking nutrients enter your bloodstream, they take out the fungus nesting in your body like a well-trained special ops team. They succeed where creams, antibiotics, and antifungal drugs have failed, so you can once again be proud of your silky smooth skin and pink healthy nails. If you want to uncover the mystery behind this game-changing duo, as well as the best ways to use them, watch the following video.
"The infection has spread to your eyes. Soon you'll be completely blind," said the doctor. Those cold, hard, brutal words hit us like a 10-ton truck at high speed. My wife Caroline started crying uncontrollably. I stood there, cold shivers running down my spine, a lump stuck in my throat, my face a mask of horror, eyes going back and forth between the doctor and my wife Caroline. What are you saying?" I managed to ask, fighting back the waves of emotions that flooded me. "She's going blind from a toenail fungus infection? Isn't there anything you can do?" I pleaded with the doctor, the salty taste of my tears drowning every word. But Dr. Stevens didn't seem moved. He just stood there, looking like he had something else better to do than treat my wife. "I'm afraid there's little more I can do," he said. "I could put her on a different treatment, but I'm afraid her liver won't be able to handle it. She already has signs of early onset liver failure. If we try it, she might die. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this before. I'd be lying if I were to tell you there's a solution for this. In fact, my professional opinion is, in less than 5 months, you'll lose your sight." 5 months, that's it? 20 miserable weeks? That's all he was giving my wife before the light of the sun? The smiles on our kids' faces, or the love in my gaze would be just distant memories? And she would be forever doomed to grope around the house, stumbling and bumping into things, and not being able to leave the house without help? He was giving Caroline a life sentence of darkness. She will never be able to enjoy another sunrise on the beach, see our children grow up and have kids of their own, or watch your favorite soap operas and shows. I would never be able to surprise her with a big, beautifully colored bouquet of flowers, or take her on that European tour we planned on doing when the kids settle down. She would never get to see the Eiffel Tower in real life, or enjoy a gondola ride on the tight canals of Venice. My world was falling apart, right in front of my helpless eyes. How am I going to tell our kids that these were the last weeks before the light that sparks in Mummy's eyes as she looks at them will disappear forever, and she will soon stare aimlessly at the world around her? I kneeled by the side of the bed and took her hand in mine. Tears were running down my cheeks. I was ashamed that I didn't realize sooner what a real threat this infection was. Embarrassed because I believed the doctors when they told us the drugs will help, that it was nothing to worry about. It's just a minor infection. In the span of just 6 months, she went from an energetic 33-year-old to being partly blind and almost needing a vital transplant. So why am I sharing this story with you? Well, because coming face to face with the darkest moment of our lives sent me on a life-changing journey to uncover the real cause of toenail fungus and other fungal infections. A journey that would expose the dark and sinister practices of pharmaceutical companies and why the very drugs meant to cure you are actually killing you faster and more painfully. So I really must warn you, don't take any prescription antifungal medication until you see this. And I want you to know that it's absolutely vital you watch this presentation until the very end, while you still have a chance, because it could be taken down at any moment. And that's because the money-grabbing pharmaceutical companies are on the verge of a nervous breakdown due to what I'm about to show you. If this gets out to the general public, it will bring an end to their multi-billion-dollar cash cow. This breakthrough has already helped 37,679 people treat their fungal infection, which has blown a hole of tens of thousands of dollars in Big Pharma's ship of lies. People have woken up and realized they have absolutely no intention of curing anyone of toenail fungus. All they want to do is keep you on the hook and clean you out of your last penny until you die. And this is not an exaggeration. As you're about to discover the truth no podiatrist will tell you. Toenail fungus is a symptom of something much worse, because the real cause of toe or skin fungal infections is not on the outside, but on the inside of your body, triggered by millions of microscopic terrorists that you unknowingly breathe every day, and hijack your whole system, forcing you to crave a common ingredient that actually makes the infections even stronger. And make no mistake, it's something we all eat on a daily basis. But put all your worries at ease, because this journey also led me to discover a shockingly easy solution that removed the fungal infection from Caroline's body, with no toxic pills, no useless creams, no debilitating side effects, and no expensive laser surgery. We were able to do it 100% naturally, using a simple and inexpensive treatment that forces your body to instantly neutralize all the fungal colonies that took your body hostage, and completely reverse the damage done to your nails, skin, and even internal organs, leaving you with healthy, shiny pink nails, silky smooth skin, and your whole body beaming with newfound energy, vitality, and well-being. How is this possible? Well, this fungus-eradicating solution unlocks the full potential of your body's natural ability to flush out the infection. So if you or a loved one experienced white spots on your nails, nails turning color, fatigue or lack of energy, brain fog, low mood, loss of appetite, belly aches, feeling bloated, weight gain, then this presentation might be the cornerstone of the rest of your life, because it shines light on a silent but deadly microorganism that is eating away your health each and every day, and it's nesting not only in your nails, but in your whole body, creeping around undetected and growing faster and faster each day, waiting for the right moment to rear its ugly head and make you a breeding ground for a deadly infection, plummeting your health in the red danger zone and leaving your body unable to cope with the consequences. So make no mistake, that seemingly innocent white spot on your toe or fingernail can bring you to death's doorstep in a matter of a few short months. As Professor Rosemary Barnes from the School of Medicine's Institute of Infection and Immunity points out, for most people, fungal disease means a bit of athlete's foot or a toenail fungus. These may be irritating and unsightly, but fungi can do far worse. Fungi kill more people than malaria and tuberculosis worldwide. And she's not the only one pulling the alarm signal on this. Dr. Edward Group, founder of the Global Healing Center, says we're facing a fungus epidemic, while Mark Hyman, MD, shows that fungal overgrowth can result in many chronic illnesses and symptoms, including allergies, chronic inflammation, joint problems, mood and brain disorders, digestive symptoms, and more. If left untreated, toenail fungus makes invisible cracks in the nails and skin, which lets the infection burrow deep into your system. It can spread to the bones, tendons, lymph nodes, or bloodstream, and lead to septicemia, gangrene, necrosis, blood clots, or amputation. Pretty soon, you start to experience fever, pain, diarrhea, and vomiting, and your blood is filled with toxins. Doctors usually misdiagnose the root problem of these symptoms and put you on antibiotics. But this makes things even worse, because antibiotics disrupt the natural balance between the good bacteria and the bad bacteria in your gut. And if you're wondering what your gut has to do with the toenail fungus, well, the answer is everything. Most people don't know this, but the gut is where over 80% of your immune system draws its power from. Our gut is like a micro Wild West town, where good bacteria and bad bacteria play cowboys and Indians. In order for our immune system to be efficient, the good guys need to win the fight. Unfortunately, swallowing a bunch of antibiotics prescribed for a condition that doesn't exist only adds gasoline to the fire. Fungus sabotages your immune system, and you end up in the hospital bed with septicemia, meningitis, or worse. And to add insult to injury, the two most prescribed antifungal drugs out there, Lamisil and Sporanox, are responsible for a long trail of dead bodies that pharmaceutical companies are desperately trying to hide. Did you know that Lamisil caused death or severe complications in many toenail fungus patients? According to the FDA, about half the patients reported onset of liver failure within the first weeks of starting a treatment with Lamisil. 11 people died, and 34 never fully recovered after taking Lamisil, all because they trusted their doctor. But if you think that Lamisil is the only toenail fungus drug that nukes your health, you're in for a very nasty surprise. With Sporanox, the other drug prescribed for toenail infection, things get even uglier. An inquiry of the FDA links Sporanox with numerous cases of congestive heart failure. 28 patients were hospitalized, and 13 died after being treated with Sporanox. Don't believe me if you don't want to. Believe the thousands of patients who complained about these drugs on askapatient.com. Can you see the insanity in prescribing these drugs to millions of patients? Lamisil and Sporanox are meant to kill toenail fungus, but instead, they kill the patient. It's like using explosives to clear your home of pests. These pills go directly in your bloodstream and poison your entire body. Toenail fungus patients are prescribed Lamisil and Sporanox for 6 to 9 months. They have a 60% success rate, but damage your body 100% of the time. But what your doctor forgot to tell you is that even if you survive the full treatment, toenail fungus returns in 75% of cases. And don't get me started on the last so-called miracle treatment, laser therapy. It costs $500 per session. You need multiple sessions to get cured, and it doesn't even guarantee you'll be 100% cured. The medical industry is making huge profits from your suffering, never giving you solutions that go to the root of the problem. Instead, selling you drugs that will be the source of your next problem. So make sure you listen carefully to this story now. Don't put it off for later. These pharma companies are not going to like that I'm spreading this information all over the internet, due to the amount of money they'll be losing when everyone wakes up and throws away their phony treatments. But the number one thing that these companies are going to hate the most, how easy and simple this fungus eradicating solution that I will be giving to you today actually is. You'll be amazed at how something can be so effective, especially as you try it as soon as tonight. So listen up and listen hard, because time is running out. If you've noticed any type of change in your nail color, integrity, or shape, if you're wearing shoes for more than 5 hours a day, if you've experienced a drop in energy, concentration, or motivation, if you're playing sports, going to the gym or the swimming pool, or if you had toenail fungus for any length of time and tried everything to make it disappear, then I urge you to make yourself more comfortable and put anything else on hold for just a while and listen to every single word of this controversial presentation, because I promise you, it will be life-changing. We have received thousands of thank you cards from people who watched this video and gained access to the life-saving information it contains. Information most people don't get until it's too late. Just listen to what Matthew Palm from Greensboro had to say. I'd struggled with toenail fungus for longer than I care to remember. My toenails were ugly and thick, and they cracked and broke all the time. It was very embarrassing. I followed your advice, and in no time flat, I was completely fungus-free. Couldn't be happier. Or Sue Holt from Noonan, who says, the treatment worked very well. I got it for my husband Bob, who had a severe fungus on 5 of his toes. Since he'd struggled with it for the better part of a decade, we thought he would never be rid of it. But after using your treatment, all signs of infection are gone. I feel we've completed the process. He's feeling better in a number of ways. I think the fungus was causing many problems that we weren't aware of. And Dr. Adam Davis, a podiatrist from Southfield, said, as a medical professional, I'm weary of alternative treatments, especially those with big claims. So when a patient of mine told me about this presentation, my first impulse was to dismiss it. I'm glad I didn't, because I never would have been able to witness such a recovery. This patient was suffering from type 2 diabetes and had developed toenail fungus on 7 of his toes. As you know, this is a serious problem for people suffering from diabetes, as it can lead to amputation. But with the help of your treatment, he was able to remove the infection from all of his toes in a little over 2 weeks. I must admit that the science behind the treatment is sound and truly impressive. I'll be referring other patients of mine who are suffering from fungal infections to this program. The solution that saved them is so simple that it made an embarrassment out of modern medicine. It has already been used by 37,679 people and counting, with remarkable success stories being reported every day. And today, you're going to gain access to the same unique 100% natural treatment they did, without paying a single penny if you don't want to. And I'll be revealing exactly why in just a few minutes. But before we get to that, I should probably introduce myself and tell you why I made this presentation. My name is Terry Williams, and I'm Caroline's husband. We live in Oak Park, Illinois, with our 2 children, Matthew and Jessica. Today, I'm going to share our story, and I must admit, I don't want to relive those dark and scary memories. But you need to learn the truth so you don't fall in the same trap we did. The truth about how toenail fungus ruined our lives. 6 months ago, Caroline ended up lying like a vegetable in the intensive care unit of the Northwestern Memorial Hospital. She was in liver failure. Her left leg had turned almost black with gangrene and filled with pus. Her body was not hers anymore. It turned into a fungal colony. Caroline doesn't even remember where she got it from. Her pedicurist noted one day that her nail looked different. At first she thought that a good scrubbing and changing her socks would do the trick, but it didn't. On the contrary, the infection was spreading faster than ever. So she took the next logical step and went to see a podiatrist. And this was a big mistake. A mistake that could have ruined her life. She didn't know that mainstream medication for toenail fungus is toxic. It can cause massive complications, including death. The doctor gave her Lamisil to treat the infection. And that's where the real nightmare began. 5 days after she started the treatment, the side effects started to kick in. Fever, chills, and joint pains. She started losing weight and had purple spots all over her skin. She completely lost her appetite. It took her great effort just to swallow a bit of food. The treatment was destroying her liver faster than a bottle of vodka a day. But even worse, she started to have blurred vision, and she felt pain in her eyes each time they came in contact with light. It all culminated with a rush to the emergency room. She was admitted immediately because she had all the signs of partial blindness, an early onset of irreversible liver failure. A few hours after she was admitted, the doctor came back with the results. Her eyes are filled with fungal colonies. The fungal overgrowth is spread throughout her entire body, and unfortunately her liver has been severely damaged by the drugs she was taking. We could try to put her on a different treatment, but I'm afraid her liver won't be able to handle it. If it fails, she'll need a transplant, and given her condition, I don't know if she's going to receive it. It felt like a 10-ton truck just hit me at full speed. No, this couldn't be real. This is a nightmare I need to wake up from. It all seemed surreal. My wife, the love of my life, the mother of my children, lying in a hospital bed, going blind and standing at death's doorstep because of a toenail fungus infection. I felt like I wanted to scream, punch, and kick everything around me. I kept asking myself, why did this happen? Why her? Why us? Why didn't I do something sooner? I was completely lost. I felt my blood boil. I was mad at the doctors for giving my wife a death cocktail, just so they can make a fast buck. Mad at how they just shrug and say they can't do anything. And mad at myself for being powerless to stop any of this from happening. Not anymore. I looked at Caroline lying in that bed. IVs and tubes everywhere. Leaned in close, kissed her on the forehead and whispered, "Don't worry, my love. We'll beat this, I swear to you." The clock was ticking, and each moment that the infection was left untreated, it was slowly eating away Caroline's remaining health. This may seem extreme, and it was, but as you'll soon discover, many people had similar experiences. I went straight home and began researching every possible scrap of information on fungal infections, treatments, homemade cures, and whatnot. And what I found was truly disturbing. Fungal spores are everywhere, even in the air we breathe. As a study conducted by the Osaka City Institute of Public Health and Environmental Sciences shows that living, working, or being in a room with an air conditioner unit increases our chance of contracting a fungal infection by 5 times. AC units are practically everywhere. Your home, your office, your kid's school, the mall, and even hospitals. And let's face the truth, nobody properly cleans the AC units. I know I'm guilty of it, and chances are you are too. If you don't believe me, pause the video and go run your finger on the blades of your air conditioning unit. Unless you just had it cleaned up, I'm afraid you're in for a nasty surprise. Now this is where things take a turn for the worse. On average, a human being takes 8,409,600 breaths a year. A person that lives to be 80 will take about 672,768,000 breaths in a lifetime. With each breath we take, we suck up millions of fungal spores that enter our system and begin multiplying. Basically, we become a walking fungus colony, and we're not even aware of it. But the bad news doesn't end there. Dr. Edward Group points out that most people don't develop symptoms right away. It takes 3 to 6 months to start showing signs of fungal overgrowth. And even then, they can be subtle, like fatigue, lack of energy, headaches, bellyache, and others. Because your immunity is slowly being eaten away from the inside, you're left vulnerable to infections from the outside, like toenail fungus. Once you get infected, it creates microscopic cracks into your skin and connects with the fungal colonies already breeding inside your body. This is one of the reasons why you've never been able to cure your toenail fungus in the past, regardless of treatment. You were just targeting a very small part of the whole infection. The other one is that you've been unknowingly feeding the fungus. Here's the thing. Once you get infected, the fungus starts releasing a poison called mycotoxin. This poison spreads throughout the body, and affects not only our vital organs, but also your brain chemistry. This leads to brain fog, depression, irritability, poor memory, but it also makes us crave sugary foods, such as bready foods, sweet desserts, fruits, and starchy vegetables. And this is a real problem, since the fungus infection thrives on sugar. So every time we eat something that has sugar in it, we're actually just feeding the fungus infection, making it stronger, and makes us crave more sugar. We basically become slaves of the fungus infection. This might be the reason you're struggling to cut down on sugar or carbs, even though you know they're bad for you. As a study conducted at the Loma Linda University in California shows, sugar does much more than just make you gain weight or trigger diabetes. In fact, it cripples the immune system by 40%, and the effects last up to 5 hours after you've done eating. The fungus infection, ripping your health apart, is forcing you to feed it something that basically shuts down your immune system, leaving you powerless to stop the infection from spreading to the bloodstream, bones, lymph nodes, brain, and even your eyes. I sat there in my chair, dumbfounded, about what I just read. I never knew that something so trivial, like a fungus infection, could have such dire consequences. I never knew that sugar actually destroys the immune system. I kept asking myself, why haven't doctors made this public knowledge? Why aren't there any awareness campaigns for fungal infections? Why are people being kept in the dark about something that could end their life without them even knowing it? The only answer that kept popping up in my head was, because of the tons of money the pharmaceutical companies are making off this. It was clear then that the solution won't come from them. I need to think outside of the box in order to save my wife's life. After spending countless hours further researching ways of treating, repairing, and reversing the damage done by the fungal buildup, I reached a conclusion. I would need a holistic approach in order to actually cure this nasty infection. So I reached out to the only person I knew who had a connection to holistic medicine, Ayumi Hayashi. Ayumi was my next-door neighbor growing up, and once I played a small part in helping her get away from an abusive boyfriend. Japanese people have a very strong sense of honor, and for a very long time, she and her family always felt like they owed me the world. So when I phoned her and explained my situation, she immediately offered to help. "I know someone who can help you. I will take you to him," she told me. This is how I met Dr. Ishiguro, the Japanese doctor in Ayumi's community. Working as a doctor for several decades in the Japanese community is something very important. People trust and respect you. He was only 10 years old when Hiroshima was bombed during the Second World War. He was living in a nearby village, and his family ran away for fear of radiation. But many people were not so lucky. He still has horrible nightmares about all the terrible things he saw. He saw people dying after their body was poisoned by radiation. Words can't describe the horrible things they went through. Their bodies were shaken by violent, abrupt symptoms, extreme fever, convulsions, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. They lost their hair and the healthy color of their skin. They were like dead people walking. Their system was in complete failure, and they had no immunity left. You can see this today, but on a much lower scale, in cancer patients who take radiation therapy. But many of the people who were exposed to such massive doses of radiation back then did not live longer than 4 weeks. One of the telltale signs that they'd been touched by radiations was a very aggressive toenail fungus. The fungus creeps in bodies with low immunity, and these people had no immunity left. People were terrified to check their nails in the morning, afraid they might spot a white spot or a discoloration. Back then, he was the young disciple of a Japanese doctor who cured many of these people from toenail fungus, using an ancient Japanese secret that was thought long lost even by the Japanese community. At first, people laughed at him when he told them he's able to cure toenail fungus, when mainstream drugs imported on the black market couldn't help them. But they stopped laughing when they saw the cure erased 87% of toenail fungus completely and offered their body a strong boost against the radiations. In 60% of the cases, these people lived for decades, which was unheard of. The treatment was actually building their immunity and empowering their body to fight back. Unlike Western medicine, the Japanese approach is holistic. A Japanese doctor will never treat just one organ or one part of the body. They understand that any type of health issue sends a ripple effect through your entire body, damaging more than just one part. Unfortunately, modern American medicine does not recognize the merits of natural holistic treatments. People are kept in the dark and think their only option is to go to the doctor, who will stuff them full of toxic pills and creams. But right after Dr. Ishiguro stepped on American soil, He opened this small medical practice based on natural remedies to prove that things can be done differently. So when I arrived, I was amazed to discover 12 people in his small waiting room. They all went in his office with a worried look on their face and came out with a glow in their eyes. This gave me hope. Maybe this guy had the answers I've been looking for. So when it came my turn, I went into his office and told him the whole story. Then he told me, the problem with Western medicine is that it's lost its true purpose, to heal people. It's all about the money, the bottom line. I have friends that work in different clinics and hospitals. Some of them admit they're just prescribing what they're told to. They're not even allowed to mention natural treatments, even if they are cheaper, more effective, and with zero side effects. To do so would mean they lose their license. I was shocked at how accurate he described our treacherous medical system. So, is there anything you can give me to help my wife? I asked. He smiled and asked me, have you ever wondered why Japanese rice farmers don't have any kind of fungal infection? They spend countless hours in muddy waters, working in the perfect environment for fungi to thrive in. Yet, they rarely get sick or develop a fungal, bacterial, or other type of infection. The answer lies in a special combo of ultra-powerful natural ingredients that have been used by the Japanese homeopathic practitioners for thousands of years. It's the secret behind our long and healthy life. Wait, I said, if there's a real way to treat this infection, why hasn't it reached the general public? Why are Americans kept in the dark about this? The smile disappeared and a sadness came over him. 5 years ago, I tried to do just that, even though it meant I would break a sacred pact I made. You must understand this formula is one of the best-kept secrets of traditional Japanese homeopathic practitioners. If I were to go public with it, I would lose my standing with my peers. But I couldn't stand idle and just help people that managed to find my small practice. So I reached out to some pharmaceutical companies to help me promote the formula. Several days after that, my office was ransacked, and some of my files were stolen. Luckily, the formula wasn't among them. It became clear then that the $13 billion a year antifungal industry will never let something like this see the light of day. So I kept my head down, afraid that my practice will suffer, and I wouldn't be able to help my patients anymore. I couldn't believe my ears. I knew that pharmaceutical companies sometimes hide how dangerous some drugs are, but to actually try and suppress a remedy that can help millions of Americans just so they can line their pockets with even more blood money, it's beyond criminal. After that, I talked with Dr. Ishiguro for another hour or so. He told me about the ingredients, how he ships some directly from Japan, and how they all work together to remove the fungal infection both internally and externally. Once I left his office, I went straight to the hospital and gave the remedy to Caroline. At first, nothing happened, and I was afraid that it was too late for her. But I kept at it, and after 4 days, she started to feel better, and her health began improving at a fast pace. Her nails started looking pink and healthy. Her blurred vision began to clear up. She had more energy, smoother skin, and all signs of liver failure disappeared like they were never there. She actually started crying when she saw the improvements. She couldn't believe that something like this is possible. She went from being bedridden to playing with the kids. Her disfigured nails became pink, shiny, and healthy, worthy of a Victoria's Secret catalog. The danger of going blind was avoided, and she regained her normal vision. All signs of early onset liver failure disappeared, and she got a completely clean bill of health. If you're wondering how this was possible, well, it's because the remedy has 5 key pure-grade active ingredients that aren't found outside of Japan. Shiitake, reishi, and maitake mushrooms form a unique fungal nuking trio that starves out the infection by soaking up the sugar entering your body and then flushing it out before it can cause more harm to your health. And I know that a popular belief is that eating mushrooms helps the fungal infection, but this couldn't be further away from the truth. As a study conducted in 2008 by the Salal Bayer University in Turkey, most mushrooms, these 3 in particular, are in fact natural fungal killers. In order to supercharge this process, the formula adds a little-known blend of the Empress of Health and the Emperor of Japanese green teas, matcha, and gyokuro. This is a powerhouse combo that has 137 times more antioxidants than your run-of-the-mill green teas. Once it reaches your bloodstream, the active ingredients act as a blood cleanser, pulverizing the survival odds of the fungal infection. But this is just the first step in the all-out war this natural remedy wages on your fungal infection. Once the starvation phase begins, It's time for the Spec Ops team to hit this microscopic terrorist. Beta-glucan is the most studied natural immunomodulator on Earth. It's a safe, all-natural fiber molecule that makes your immune system smarter by optimizing its effectiveness against fungal, bacterial, or viral infections. Its effects are so powerful that for the last 30 years, it has been used in Japan as an immunoadjuvant therapy for cancer. Next, we have arabinogalactan, ARA6, a prebiotic that enhances the immune system through macrophage and natural killer cell activation. By stimulating these two important immune system components, ARA6 is able to directly affect the body's ability to target outside invaders, like fungus, bacteria, and viruses. 3 more carefully selected ingredients join the fight to ensure a total fungus wipeout. Turmeric stimulates your liver, enhancing its ability to flush all toxins from your body, while cat's claw and garlic go after any remaining colonies that think they can escape the purge, destroying them and improving your blood flow. This fungal eradication process takes care of the fungal overgrowth, both internally and externally, because it fires up your body's innate ability to neutralize deadly infections. But the fight isn't over yet. As we've discovered, because of poorly cleaned AC units, we are under constant fungal bombardment everywhere we go. This is why the formula comes with 3 ingredients that shield your lungs from further harm: red raspberry juice, vitamin C, and vitamin E. They create a laser net that fries any type of fungal or bacteria spores that comes into contact with it. And while those 3 protect your lungs, selenium, graviola, and pine bark extract form a preemptive strike force that scours every nook and cranny of your body for fungal, bacterial, or viral intruders and destroys them on the spot. Now, in order to repair and reverse the damage done to your body by the infection and by the side effect-filled drugs pharmaceutical companies have scammed you into buying, the formula comes with a superstar ingredient, lycopene. Revered as one of the most powerful antioxidants in the world, lycopene might well be worth its weight in gold. It has shown a unique ability to correct cell corruption and protect healthy cells from future damage. And when paired together with quercetin, pomegranate, and olive leaf extracts found in this Japanese secret formula, it sends your cell regeneration into overdrive, speeding up the recovery and repair process of your nails, skin, and internal organs. This chain reaction at a cellular level promotes longevity, increases energy and vitality levels. At first, Dr. Ishiguro was reluctant to share this top-secret fungus-neutralizing formula with the world. Not only would he risk losing his standing among the Japanese homeopathic practitioners, but the pharmaceutical giants may catch wind of this and try to silence him again, maybe this time for good. But Caroline convinced him to start this awareness campaign, because people had to know the truth about toenail fungus and the easy, efficient way to cure it. Unfortunately, this was easier said than done. You see, the formula requires that the key components be pure grade, not those cheap, poor-quality knockoffs, counterfeit ingredients, and chemical-derived extracts that have flooded the market. Latest investigation by the FDA uncovered that the majority of herbal supplements at GNC, Walmart, Walgreens, and Target don't contain what they claim. Instead, are filled with cheap wheat and soy powder. Because these so-called natural supplements are made with cheap ingredients that aren't properly absorbed by your body, you end up peeing them out with no actual benefit. This is also known as the expensive pee syndrome, and I doubt you'd want to experience it. And as you can imagine, finding a reliable source of 100% natural, GMO-free, gluten-free, heavy metals-free, pure-grade extract poses quite a challenge. Luckily, Dr. Ishiguro still has some solid contacts back in Japan, and we managed to find one supplier that was willing to provide us with a limited quantity. We had the ingredients. Now all we had to do is find a GMP-certified and FDA-approved manufacturing company. It took longer than expected. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to find one in the US, but we managed in the end. Since the formula neutralizes both the internal and external fungal overgrowth, we decided to name it Myco-Nuker. Ever since I started this campaign, the number of times it was shared on social media went up by the thousands. We just didn't find the time to answer all those amazing messages. Take a look at Franny Mahon's results. She went from barely being able to move her feet to being able to wear flip-flops on the beach. Now check out Eddie Lander's results. He cured a nasty toenail fungus that had been bugging the hell out of him for 6 months in just 8 days. He even helped cure one of his best friends who was suffering from the same thing. Here's a transformation that'll blow you away. Sally Vickery from Houston had type 2 diabetes and a toenail fungus that wasn't healing because of it. She managed to cure her nails in just 6 days with Dr. Ishiguro's solution. People could not believe that they finally had access to a natural remedy that worked without any side effects. Some of them had been living with toenail fungus for months. All you need to do is take 2 supplements a day to achieve the same dramatic results that Caroline and thousands of others have already achieved. This is how 97% of Dr. Ishiguro's patients have described the progress of the treatment. Actually, a survey of a sample of 1,864 customers revealed that 99% of them gave the Myco-Nuker 5 stars. Try finding this remarkable rating in any of the reviews of Big Pharma's drugs. There were 5 particular things which they liked a lot: efficiency, no effort required, great value for money, no toxicity or side effects, short time of treatment. The Myco-Nuker is about getting your life back. All it takes is 2 supplements a day, and your fungal infection will be a thing of the past. Imagine, you'll feel healthier and more confident than ever before. Your anxiety and embarrassment kick to the curb to let you enjoy life to your heart's content. Picture how a day at the beach will feel like. The sand and the wind gently caressing your feet once again. Imagine how good it will feel to know that the fungal infection that robbed you of so many pleasures is now gone. By now you're probably wondering what it will take to grab the Myco-Nuker. Well, before I answer that, you shouldn't be thinking of this as a cost at all. This is an investment in your health and life, and there's no greater investment out there. Removing your fungal infection from your life isn't just a way to boost your self-esteem. It's a necessity in order to live a long and healthy life. If you do nothing, the fungal colonies will spread throughout your body, destroying your immune system and leaving you vulnerable to other potential life-threatening conditions like mood and brain disorders, chronic inflammation, joint problems, and more. Of course, you could gamble with your health and try oral medication or apply topical creams. But besides the life-threatening side effects like liver, heart, or kidney failure, these drugs will force you to spend at least $1,800. And let's not forget that you have a 75% chance of the infection coming back once you stop using them. Not to mention that you actually pose a serious threat to your loved ones, since toenail fungus is highly contagious. Do you truly want to make your wife or kids the next victims of Big Pharma? You could try laser surgery. That costs $500 on average. And you'll need multiple sessions to see any improvement. But even then, you're not out of the woods, because they don't target the fungal buildup within. This is why they offer zero guarantee that you'll be cured. And let's face it, leaving your internal organs filled with fungal colonies will only lead to more serious complications down the road. These are not real options. You already know it. Originally, Dr. Ishiguro wanted to set the investment in the Myco-Nuker at $99 a bottle, the same amount that he usually charges from patients. People that already used his method stated that they would happily pay double or even triple that after experiencing the results for themselves. I mean, this is a permanent cure, not some Band-Aid that needs to be changed every day. But we're not looking to make a fortune off your misery, like the pharmaceutical giants. That's blood money. We don't want any part of it. So there's no way we're going to charge that absurd amount of money. Truth be told, we're only looking for a way to cover our costs so we can get this treatment to as many people as humanly possible. Dr. Ishiguro and I have agreed to hand over the Japanese secret that enables you to completely neutralize fungal infections for just $69. That's right. You'll get the only 100% holistic cure for toenail fungus for the same price as a mediocre dinner out for 2. But there's more. Since your health is our top priority, and we know how vital it is to remove the fungal overgrowth from your body and shield your body from the continuous fungal assault that is happening every day, we want you to benefit from our special discounted system of 6 bottles of Myco-Nuker for only $49 a bottle. But you need to act fast, because the offer is valid today only and while supplies last. Once we run out of bottles, the Add to Cart buttons will be disabled until we're able to make another batch, which can take 2 to 3 months at the very least. Grab the Premium 6 Bottles package, or any other package that suits your needs, by clicking on the button below. 1 bottle of Myco will neutralize the fungal overgrowth brewing inside you and remove your toenail fungus infection. 3 bottles will have the same effect of flushing all the fungal colonies from your body, but with the added benefit that you'll be protected for 2 extra months against the fungal bombardment you're exposed to on a daily basis. But with the premium 6-bottle package, your whole body will undergo a 6-month extensive and severe training that will result in your immune system being equipped with everything it needs to fend off any type of fungal infection in the future. Honestly, many of our members have taken Myco even after the 6-month marker because of the added health benefits of the formula, like anti-inflammatory properties, cognitive function improvement, antioxidant activity, increased energy levels, and many more. And I don't want you to have any doubts about getting this remedy. So here's what I'm going to do. To prove to you that this remedy works, and you have absolutely nothing to worry about, I'm going to give you a 60-day, risk-free money-back guarantee. Start taking this Japanese secret remedy. See with your own eyes how your nails turn a healthy, shiny pink. Feel how your whole body is revitalized. Discover new levels of energy and vitality. Regain your life in a matter of a few days. Just like 37,679 and counting satisfied customers who have taken this treatment did. If for any reason you don't see noticeable and dramatic improvements of your condition, all you need to do is send me an email, and I'll refund every last penny of your investment. No questions asked, no hard feelings. You won't have to jump through any hoops to get it. That's fair enough, right? That's not all. If you place your order in the next 5 minutes, Dr. Ishiguro kindly agreed to give you 3 special bonuses absolutely free. The first one is called the Vitamin and Mineral Handbook. Our body does not fight alone. The vitamins and minerals are the allies that help it to work at optimum level. If our body is a machine, the vitamins and minerals are like the essential oil that keeps it going. What is your necessary daily intake? How do they work in your body? How do you supplement them naturally? These are all questions that you'll find answers to. Dr. Ishiguro selected only anti-aging and anti-inflammatory ingredients so that you'll get the best of each component. You'll also find if you're deficient at one or more of these miraculous substances that keep our body in shape. Easy fixes for smelly feet. I must admit this is a bit personal for me as I've struggled with foot odor for many years. I tried everything to control it, but nothing worked. Dr. Ishiguro explained to me that actually the average person's foot contains 600 sweat glands per square centimeter, hundreds more than the armpits. So it turns out smelly feet are a more widespread problem than we like to admit. But Dr. Ishiguro gave me not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 very simple and efficient natural remedies. Each of these can help you get rid of sweaty and smelly feet and end embarrassment forever. In just about a week, the cheese-like smell will be gone from your feet for good. Lazy Man's One-Day Detox. This is a powerful tool that will turbocharge your healing and wipe off the toxic chemicals that run through your body. Your body needs to flush out the toxins and harmful substances that are loading your blood, or else they'll build up and cause diseases. This precise recipe for one-day detox is more effective than most of the 10 days or 2-week detox systems because of the green formula featured inside. Take a day off for taking care of your body. Tip: follow this detox while pampering yourself with soothing music, meditation, and positive thoughts. But there's more. If you choose to invest in the premium 6 bottles package, you'll also gain our VIP Wellness Mentoring service. This gives you access to a special feature of our program, which provides you with weekly insights into a wide variety of natural homeopathic treatments, constant updates from Dr. Ishiguro's ongoing research, little-known facts about different organic ingredients that promote a healthy and long life, and much, much more. And if you have any questions, you can get them all answered by our own team of experts. The VIP status grants you priority, so that anything you ask will get answered immediately. And if for some reason your question is a bit tricky, Dr. Ishiguro will personally send you a reply with the answer. You can imagine that as a doctor, Dr. Ishiguro charges $237 per hour for personal service visits. But if you grab this offer while it's still available, you'll gain unlimited access to our team and even Dr. Ishiguro 24/7 for free. But you really must act now, because we don't know how long we can keep the price so low. The ingredients we use are top shelf, and their prices are constantly changing. For now, we have supplies, but once they're gone, the next batch might cost us more to make, and will be forced to raise the price back to $99 and remove the bonuses. So this might actually be your last chance to invest in myconucre at a steal of a price. Just look at the facts. You can't leave toenail fungus untreated, or else it'll spread to your feet and the infection will enter your system and can cause septicemia or even death. Mainstream treatment will burn a $1,800 hole in your pocket, money which you could just keep and use for something else. Like I showed you before, the toll that drugs like Lamisil or Sporanox take on your health is not something you can take lightly. Your liver, kidneys, and heart will pay the ultimate price. These side effects will put you in a hospital bed for months and cost you tens of thousands of dollars to manage. And by the way, does your insurance cover it? This won't protect you from a new and more aggressive outbreak the first time your immunity takes a nosedive. By healing yourself, you're also protecting your family. With the myconucre, you gain health because the Japanese remedies used by Dr. Ishiguro are 100% natural and safe to use. You gain time because this will spare you from unpleasant visits to your doctor. You gain money because this remedy costs a fraction of any cream or pill treatment recommended by your doctor. You gain immunity because the myconucre targets the root cause of the infection. I'm just listing the alternatives here, but the choice is all yours. Every second that passes is a second the infection roots itself deeper into your body. Just choose an option below to claim a future free of frustration, suffering, and humiliation. You can take control of your own life right now and put an end to the shame and embarrassment that your ugly yellow nails are making you go through. Do you remember the last time you didn't have to hide your feet under socks? Use creams or take pills to control your toenail fungus. Spend money on treatments and go to the doctor. You can end this and go back to your previous life before the fungal infection started to control your decisions. So many times, things are beyond our control, but not this. This time, you are in full control of your life. And like I've shown you, dealing with your toenail fungus fast is a life and death situation.
Hi, I'm Caroline. We started this website to raise awareness about toenail fungus because it is really a very dangerous infection. So, if you have toenail fungus, take care of it fast. Don't let it get out of control because it won't go away by itself. Pretty soon, you will have a huge problem on your hands, just like I did. This website that we have is not for getting rich. Actually, we also are offering the solution for free to a few hundred desperately poor people in some communities, but we would like to do more, which is where you come in. You can help us do more, and also get this 100% effective cure for yourself. It's a win-win situation for everybody.
Choose your package and click on the button below to regain your confidence, health, and life. You're not only curing your nails, you're saving your money, you are saving your time, and you're saving your health. And you're helping other people do the same. Time is of the essence to get from this to this. This is truly the opportunity of a lifetime. Right now, you have only 3 options available to you. Option number 1, do nothing and let the fungal infection spread even more, ruining your life and your health along the way, keeping you from enjoying life to the fullest, and worst, presenting a real danger to your loved ones. Option number 2, play Russian roulette with your health. Trust what your doctor tells you and try conventional treatment. But if you're willing to do that, please don't take any oral medication. It will ruin your health faster than the infection. Try topical creams or laser surgery. It may cost you $500 a session, and you might see some short-term results, but the infection will come back because the internal buildup is still there. Option number 3, risk nothing today and grab the myconucre right now. You'll be blown away at how much your health and life will improve. It's an investment at a steal of a price. It's less than dinner for 2 at the local steakhouse, but the benefits are immense. I'm leaving you in good hands. The members of our myconucre community are waiting for you to join and ask you not to neglect your toenail fungus infection.
Don't neglect your toenail fungus. It can kill you.
You matter. Treat your toenail fungus.
Say no to toenail fungus.
Join our awareness campaign.